Well, guys, we are back for another episode of the Liberal Asshole Show, episode 110. And what are today's topics?
Dumb Leftists going full horseshoe theory. Indian Farmers Strike Part 2. Imam Khelif, sorry about butchering your name. Suzo harassers. Trump commits treason. Because apparently well, I have to see. I get the feeling I feel like, I'll get into that later. There's something I'm feeling a little off on. Nikki Haley warns Trump to change. Conservatives harass Tim Walz's son, and DNC speaker destroys Republicans on abortion.
Oh, and I forgot one thing too to put on there. Another topic. EDP is back and as stupid as ever.
Yeah.
And he messed with the wrong state too. So now it's personal.
Oh boy. It sounds like do you not remember the person named Nephilim 3?
No.
Okay, good. You're lucky.
A dumb.
He was the
conservative.
No, he was the dumbest fucking creationist in the world.
No. Maybe back in the 2010s.
The dumbest. Yeah. More recent than that, but not much.
Alright, so now let's get to our topic. So what do we start with first?
Let's start with the dumb fuck unipolar China leftists.
Oh boy! So of course,
theory.
Of course, I mentioned in the last episode that, oh my goodness, the amount of shit that these people have given Tim Walz, which is crazy because he is a progressive. He's like the most progressive person we've had, potentially as vice president, if not almost be president eventually in the future, we've had in a long time. We actually got a base progressive for once, and these guys are still mad. They're never happy and stuff like that. It's gotten to the point now where I'm starting to think that they're just grifters and contrarians, like Michael Tracy.
Yep.
Like, this is pretty bad. And a lot of them have straight up just gone horseshoe theory. Like Jimmy Dore and Jackson Dinkelberg and all of them.
Yep.
So, of course, for all of you probably wondering, what the heck is horseshoe theory supposed to mean? It's the belief that the far left and the far right are very similar to each other, and they're close to each other, like the ends of a horseshoe. If you hold upside down...
As you get more and more extreme, the two sides seem to come more and more together.
Yep. Whereas if
as I've also said regarding the political spectrum, that there comes a point as you go up the authoritarian scale where that line between left and right just vanishes, and it's just authoritarianism.
Yep, and of course, if you're a sane progressive, you would be far away from the right as possible, because we're based. So, of course, now, I actually would kind of sympathize with these guys somewhat, because, yeah, we're supposed to have standards, and like, I didn't vote for Hillary or Biden because they didn't meet my standards, because they were not progressive whatsoever.
I've had the Greens first in several in my voting in the House and the Senate for every election that I've been able to write.
Making me very jealous. But yeah, you should have standards. But when you actually get like a progressive who's based, you fucking support them. Like, I am like the ultimate barometer of this, I guess the term is. Where if I'm satisfied with you, you know you done good. And Walz is based. He alone will make people more likely to vote for Kamala because he's so based. And hell, these guys are now freaking against Bernie now, for crying out loud. They won't even vote for Bernie even if he was the nominee, for crying out loud. Like, how dumb are you? If he's the nominee, you should instantly want to vote for him. Like, come on. It's ridiculous. And
I know, right?
Oh my
Probably
goodness.
out of being anti-Semitic, though.
Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, we're going to get to something about Walz about that in a moment, because remember I mentioned in the last episode how he got mad because he supported a two-state solution. I actually found the comment, too, as a GIF, so we're going to be talking about that in a moment. But I wanted to get to these two. If you look at Dumb Leftists, I found some really doozies over the last 2 weeks. So, of course, first up is Nico House. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
Hey, I remember him. Like, the only progressive, like back in 2016, I never followed because I thought he was a little weird. And oh boy, it's a good thing I did, because he He is completely gone full horseshoe theory because he tweeted a few weeks ago, "I hate to be the leftist to tell you all this, but Trump is the lesser of two evils this election."
Trump is... I guess you'll be expressing... Well, I guess he's expressing support for Project 2025 then, to ban all forms of marriage that isn't straight, cis, white, conservative, Christian, male and only for rape, purposes of rape.
And he's black too, so oof.
Yeah.
So... This is so stupid.
They'll be part of the fucking plantation if they get the way they want.
I mean, if it's Candace Owens, she would want to be back in the plantation.
Oh, she would love to. Yes, she would love to be on the plantation again.
But seriously,
that's her dream.
Look, it's if you don't want to support the Democrats for whatever reason, that's fine. If you don't think they're the lesser evil, again, that's fine. I'm not gonna be like Vosh and other idiots and like vote shame you to vote for him or whatever. You do you, I'll do me.
But he should be the one that should it's people like Vosh we should be vote shaming for voting for corporate Democrats despite being a socialist. Again, that's why I think Vosh is a CIA agent alongside Jimmy Dore.
But you can think all that, but don't tell me that Trump is the lesser evil. No, just no. That is too far. No, that is full horseshoe theory. Trump is not the lesser evil. He is awful. Just no. It's pathetic that you would even say that. But hey, gotta be a contrarian and grifter for that money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, and then of course, oh my God, this happened. Of course, if y'all don't know, because we never covered it, but back in July, Venezuela had their presidential election, and Maduro won because it was rigged. And of course, Venezuelans rightfully were rioting and protesting about the outcome, and Bernie, being based, supported them. He tweeted out here, "Venezuelans deserve free and transparent democratic elections. The full vote tallies from every polling station in the country must be released in line with Venezuelan law, and the authorities must refrain from using force against peaceful protesters." Based. How can anyone be against what he's saying? And all that.
Revolutionary Blackout Network is, because of course he's a piece of shit, and
revolutionary.
And if you're not anti-America and you want America to be all Americans to be shot in the head, what a unipolar world under China? Well, I guess that's what you'll believe.
Yep, because Revolutionary Blackout Network, who, by the way, if I mentioned before, Harry loved this guy. He would talk about him and suck his dick all the time.
Because Harry wants a unipolar world under China as well.
Here's the trash Venezuela take from Bernie we all saw coming. What is so trash about it? It's based. It's like the most based progressive thing you can say.
Yeah. We also know that this guy believes that we should have a unipolar world under China, but
and that all Ukrainians are Nazis, remember?
Yep.
And by the way, Revolutionary Blackout Network does say that.
Yep, and that's why Russia needs to drop a nuclear bomb on the Nazi terrorist state of the Ukraine, according to him. Yep. I bet he also probably believes that Moldovans, or every single person east of Germany is a Nazi that should be genocided by the Russians, and they have their land annexed. Literally everyone.
And of course, I'm sure they'll defend Venezuelan imperialism when they ever attack Guyana. Remember?
Yes, I remember that.
Oh my God!
Also remember that as soon as Venezuela attacks they'll be invaded by Colombia and Brazil.
And America, too.
Yep, and America.
Oh, that's right! Their only road to get into Guyana had to go through Brazil. And you think Brazil's going to allow that?
No.
Because Lula is based in that regard, too.
Brazil and Colombia would then just invade Venezuela and annex and kill like half the population.
Maduro would get fucked in all four directions. Oof!
Yeah.
So much for a fuck you to America. We wouldn't even have to do much because it would be that easy.
No, it wouldn't. Brazil and Colombia would annihilate Venezuela in 10 seconds.
And then we keep going on to the next one. This Alec McLeod person I've never heard of before. I don't know who needs to hear this, but Venezuela is unironically more democratic than America.
What the fuck?
Venezuela Venezuela is more Democratic than America.
It might have been at one point, but not now.
How can you be
Unfortunately, I will say though, there is an argument to be made that the US has made a situation like this with Vavuzela more likely due to how much they've been fucking around with Vavuzela.
Oh my gosh! How can you seriously think that? I really don't know what to say. That's American diabolism for you.
Yep,
and
American
campism.
diabolism.
How? How can you defend such stupidity? Just no. Look, America's wrong when we do Venezuela, but you don't need to go so horseshoe direction the other way. Come on. This
but
is
remember,
sad.
America bad is the only ideology they have.
It's a religion.
So what's they gonna do? It's a religion to them.
Yes, exactly. And then, of course, we finally get to the tweet that I mentioned last time out that they cry about tin walls. Are you ready for this? The ability of Jewish people to self-determine themselves is foundational. The failure to recognize the state of Israel has taken away that self-determination, so it is anti-Semitic. That's it? That's the big deal that they were crying about?
It's like, It's only like mildly cringe.
Like, here's the thing, guys. If all of you support two-state solution, that means you gotta accept that Israel exists too. But of course, all of you, like most of the Middle East, don't want to accept that. Like,
exactly.
Like, if you want the Palestinians to have a state, Israel's gotta be recognized too. You can't have it both ways. And he got so much shit for saying this, and I don't even see what's necessarily wrong with what he said.
Exactly.
Like, it's like the most normal thing you'd say if you support two-state solution, which, by the way, Walls does. Like, come on. Like, stop going horseshoe theory. Just stop. Stop.
Yeah,
Oh my gosh. So,
you know they won't, because they want a unipolar world under China. They don't think America should exist, and things like that.
We must give everything back to the Native Americans, don't you know?
Yep. And then let China blow up every city on the planet and kill all Americans.
And genocide all the white people. But the blacks can stay even though they also don't belong here because reasons.
Or maybe they're deported to Liberia.
So yeah, what you gotta say about this rubbish?
Not surprising coming from these people. And again, they believe they want their Chinese unipolar world under China. The America bad is their only identity, and that's all they believe themselves on. That's everything. That's why they can all That's why they're all like this. It's because they have no coherent ideology except America bad, China good.
Contrarians. Let's go. All right. So yeah, that was a bunch of stupidity for us to laugh at. Now let's get on to the next topic.
Indian Farmers Strike Part 2.
Oh, yay! Wanted to cover this last time, but forgot to do so, so I brought it up here. So, do you remember the Indian farmers protest that happened back in 2021? Yep. Well, it's back.
I remember that.
It's back for Part 2. After they won last time.
Electric Boogaloo.
Yep, they're at once again, as they're doing another strike since February. And I posted the demands from Wikipedia. So here was the demands for the farmers to end their protests. 1, they want pension of 10,000 rupees per month for every farmer above 60 years old. I actually looked this up, converted to dollars. You know how much that would be a month?
How much?
Like $120.
That's it?
That's pitiful. Well, I guess to Indians,
nothing.
I mean, to Indians, maybe that is a lot for them because they're poorer than us. But to us, that is absolutely pathetic. But hey, I mean, a pension is better than no pension, so I guess that's good. But to us, that's pathetic. Fixed daily wages for farming to the farmers under whatever this is. 700 a day with 200 days of guaranteed employment a year. I'm not exactly sure what that means, so know exactly what you would say about that. Government to ensure at least 50% profit over the overall cost of production. Good. That's exactly what it needs. You need to make it as cheap as possible, so that's another good thing.
Yep.
2, legal guarantee of minimum support price for all crops. Absolutely based, because that was the one thing that was what caused the farmers' strike back in 2020-2021, because Modi passed free laws that would basically allow corporations to take over farming industry in India, and they were going to force farmers to sell stuff at ridiculously low prices to fuck them over. Well, you need something like this to protect them, so based.
Yep.
Implement the recommendations of this Committee on Agriculture. I have no idea what it is, but I'm sure it'll probably be good. Justice for... This thing I can't pronounce. It was about a violent protest that happened some time ago that led to a whole bunch of people dying, and it is believed that Modi's party instigated it. Like, was full on...
Because of course they did.
Yeah, it is believed by the farmers that Modi's party was involved in it. It was a vehicle ram attack, drive-by shooting, lynching that led to several people dying, such like they are, back in 2021. So, they think Modi's party did this, so they want justice for it, which, they should get justice regardless of who did it.
Yeah. I remember that Modi's a Hindu Nazi, so...
Gotta want to kill all the Muslims, remember?
Yep.
Urged the government to fulfill its promises to double farmers' income, highlighted in surge of cultivation costs over recent years and the stagnation of incomes, which has rendered farming a loss-making enterprise. Well, yes, and I'm sure if they did the minimum prices and the wages and the pension stuff, that would help a lot, but yes, that needs to be done. Call for the withdrawal of legal cases filed against protesters during the previous agitations of 2020 and 2021. Well, as long as they were peaceful, yes. But I have no idea what they would be calling the withdrawal of case of, so I'm not exactly sure on there. But, yeah, every single one of those, pretty much, for as much as we know, are all based and should be done.
Exactly. It definitely sounds like a good thing, so I don't see why anyone would be opposed to it, unless, of course, you're Modi and you're evil and a Hindu Nazi, so...
And you're conservative. Because they want everyone to suffer, even farmers.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, yeah, absolutely based. Indian farmers, you got our support, but please demand more from the pension, because that looks so pathetic to us in the West. Oh, that looks sad. $120 a month. Oh my gosh, that's sad. But, yeah, full support of it, so yeah, please win. Been going since February. Please freaking win. And make this permanent once and for all, so we have to keep bringing this up.
Yep.
Alright.
Yep.
So now, on to the next topic.
And that will be... Khelif sues her harassers. And we gotta give her a gold medal, another gold medal for getting J.K. Rowling to shut the fuck up and delete some of her bad videos.
Let's go! Finally, her turf ass shuts up! So, of course, we covered this last time about the Olympics. Thank you, conservatives, for bringing up the Olympics. We don't care about, but we have to bring up all the time because you all won't shut up about it. So, of course, remember last time they harassed because she's a trans man that won in her boxing and stuff, even though she's a cis woman. So, and she faced so much harassment throughout the entire Olympics that she said she was threatening and considering doing this after the Olympics, and she's doing it. She is suing every single big-time harasser of hers.
Yep, which is awesome.
Yes, and rightfully so for what they did. And funny enough, because there was another video Mike covered on this, ever since she sued, because one of the people she sued was J.K. Rowling, and ever since the suit happened, she has stayed completely quiet on Twitter. She has not said anything in 2 weeks straight. So thank you. And to try and cover her ass, she actually deleted almost every single tweet about Khelif.
Yeah, she doesn't know about this thing called the Wayback Machine, which means we can pluck up what she said.
Wayback Machine? That sounds like something from my Harry Potter series.
Yes, it's kind of like your time turners, except that it's online.
What's this online crap? This sounds way too superstitious and magical for even my series. This sounds like in some Mahou Shoujo anime. So yeah, she's being a crybaby about it. So let's see the cap on this. Oh, this is gonna be funny.
Oh yeah, don't forget that. Don't forget there might actually be a partial explanation that contributes to it. She's got black mold in her house.
Oh, the turf! Oh my god!
Yes, the turf neo-Nazi.
Algerian boxer Imani Khelif is now taking legal action after being defamed by individuals like J.K. Rowling and others on Twitter, who all falsely claimed that she's a man. And that rumor still persists till this day. For example, after she won the gold medal at the Paris Olympics,
all still crying at the Olympics. Can you all shut up?
News website, which reads, male Algerian boxer Imani
She
Khelif wins gold medal in women's
shut up.
Olympic boxing. And judging by the multiple grammatical errors in that headline alone, I would assume that the person who wrote this isn't very bright. But the reason why so many people still think that she's a man is because online transvestigators have all confidently concluded that she is definitely a man. And she can't.
Sure, pal. Sure. People like Andrew Tate. I
know they tried investigating Andrew Tate. I mentioned that.
Yes. The question is how long? Is that we've got people jokingly transvestigating J.K. Rowling. I wonder how. I'm hoping that. I'd be genuinely hoping that people that these transvestigators transvestigate J.Q. Rowling. And yes, I call her J.Q. Rowling because she's now denying aspects of the Holocaust.
Mm-hmm.
She is a turf neo-Nazi.
She is a cis woman and has always been a woman, has always identified as a woman. Her Algerian passport says she's female, and that's really important because trans identities are literally criminalized in Algeria. But those inconvenient facts have not stopped people like J.K. Rowling from
criminalized in Algeria. Like, you got to start on that before you can even get to freaking same-sex marriage and transgender rights.
Well, we don't care. They're too woke, don't you know? Woke Muslims. Haven't you heard of them?
For example, on August 1st,
outside of America.
J.K. Rowling tweeted, "Could any picture sum up our new men's rights movement better? The smirk of a male who knows he's protected by
She's not a man, Rowling, you turf cunt!
Enjoying the distress of a woman he's just punched in the head and whose life's ambitions he just shattered."
But it means that she has a bit higher testosterone levels. Also remember that on
average, she's a man.
Black people and I think Arabs too have a higher base testosterone level on average than white people. While Asians tend to have lower on average.
Oh, look! Retweeting from N-Wokeness. Hey, Jack! What you doing over there?
Lies about Imani Khelif. She retweeted people who continued to call her a man
it's
6
Jack
days after she initially called her a man.
Yeah, he's Polish. That's why his nickname. That's why his last name's Posobiec.
Insinuating that Imani Khelif was indeed a man who was beating up a woman. So after helping to spread the rumor that Imani Khelif was a man, J.K. Rowling continued to tweet about her a week later, while still insisting that she would
find him. And they're like, wow, supporting domestic violence. What a fucking surprise.
Was a man, even though that had been thoroughly debunked. Now, that right there is textbook defamation. And over the last couple of days, J.K. Rowling has conspicuously gone silent. Now, I don't know why that is.
I love it.
It could be because she senses that maybe she got herself into a little bit of legal trouble. J.K. Rowling, Elon Musk, have both been named in a criminal complaint filed to French authorities over alleged acts of aggravated cyber harassment against Algerian boxer and newly crowned Olympic champion Imani Khelif.
Dude, seriously, the Super Carlin brothers are literally the only interaction I have with the Harry Potter fandom now. Like, I'm not even kidding. Their series Through the Griffin Door, and by the way, funny thing about that, when the Super Carlin brothers, they haven't like mentioned J.K. Rowling by name once, or the only time.
I'm sure most of the community is like that.
They've got a pretty good community. Quite a few. There are there are pieces of shit who are on there, but yeah, no, like they're usually shouted down. They're usually shouted down pretty quickly
because they're too busy simping.
Yep. Also, I didn't get to finish my point, Tim. So can you let me finish my point quickly? So when the Super Cullen brothers on there Through the Griffin Door reference J.K. Rowling, they reference her as the author.
I bet that offended her so much too.
Oh, it would be because they're remember they're actually progressive. relatively speaking. They're at least centre-left, at least left-leaning, so they're actually pretty good on the issues, and what issues we know that they know of their positions on.
The Paris-based attorney of Khelif, confirmed to Variety that both figures were mentioned in the body of the complaint posted to an anti-online hatred center of the Paris Public Prosecutor's Office on Friday. The lawsuit was filed against X, which under French law means that it was filed against unknown persons. That ensures that the prosecution has all the latitude to be able to investigate against all people, including those who may have written hateful messages under pseudonyms, said Booty. The complaint nevertheless mentions famously controversial figures. J.K. Rowling and Elon Musk are named in the lawsuit among others, he said, adding that Donald Trump would be part of the investigation.
Yes,
Trump tweeted, so whether or not he is named in our lawsuit, he will inevitably be looked into as part of the prosecution.
Khelif, please, I would say don't make him shut because maybe it'll help his election chance, but man, it would be nice to not hear him from him forever. Please.
And to that I say,
of
course, rooting for Imani Khelif here, because what they did is not okay. What happened?
Maybe he'll be triggering up to sell Twitter away.
And on his platform is not okay. Now, it makes sense that Donald Trump has also been named in this lawsuit because he's part of the smear merchants who tried to claim that she was a man.
By the way, he still won't shove about her.
Now, he hasn't stopped lying about her since he initially made that one defamatory post on Truth Social. For example, at a recent rally event, he spread the widely debunked smear that she's a man. Listen.
And I'd like to congratulate the young woman who transitioned from a man into a boxer.
Jay didn't transition, you dumb cunt.
He won.
No, an absolute, absolute best, she might be intersex. No, but that's unlikely. It seems like she just has a condition, a genetic condition. Oh yeah, remember also that there's like 30 different intersex conditions out there that add up to about 2% of the population.
That's just the homosexual LBG progressive agenda, don't you know?
That's just the A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, V, W, X, Y, Z, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 0, exclamation
mark.
No!
67
hashtag dollar sign, percentage
no!
sign, and symbol, open bracket, close bracket, // colon, semicolon, community.
How about the young
That is seriously... that is seriously what it would have been like. It's like
rolling.
Yeah.
Maybe she should go to a swamp biome and go get herself a witch's hut.
Full Italian boxer. She got in
then
there
she can have her
didn't
black
know
cat
what
with
was
her
going
every
on,
day.
She was a very good boxer.
Oh yeah, by the way, for the thing, you know how UK is Turf Island?
Oh no.
Within the next 10 years, Australia might be Swerf Island.
Oh no! No!
They're using it, guys. They're using domestic violence to go after porn and mainly go after porn.
No, Anita Sarkeesian, no!
And remember that sex work is not. Hang on, I don't think.
No! They're going Anita, no! No, don't go that way.
Yeah. So yeah. So South Australia, Western Australia, and Tasmania, sex work is legal but unregulated, and organised activities such as brothels and pimping are illegal.
Oh my God.
There's no legalisation.
What are these?
No status legalisation. And the Northern Territory, Queensland, except for the ACT. The ACT has legalised it. In the rest of the country, it's decriminalised. It's regarded as regular work and operates outside of criminal law.
How many
I'm getting the feeling that it's going to start going back.
How many times do I have to explain to people you need legalized brothels for this shit to work? Why legalize it and not allow brothels? It makes no sense.
Exactly.
Just like you Swerf make no sense. Oh my God.
Yep.
And he's up here.
Yes.
Yes. Whoa. She goes, nobody else.
Sex work is sex positivity. Accept it.
Exactly.
It's crazy.
Also, rubbing my face, you'll have sex workers on like here. Except that one county, Nevada, of course, for prostitution's legal.
They won the gold medal today. What do you think of that, Tim? I don't think Tim likes it. Greg, no good, right? Now, how crazy is it How crazy is it? For 4 more years.
How crazy is it that a woman fights another woman boxing?
Men to play in women's sports.
So they simply refuse.
And of course, he blamed Biden and Kamala for Khelif fighting in the Olympics. They have no control over it. It's the freaking Olympics.
Really?
An intergovernmental. It's not even an American organization. It's international. It's their rules. We have no decision on it. Oh my god!
Stop lying about her.
And also remember that the group that claimed this through Russian fake news.
Mm-hmm. Yep, just like that one boxing committee or whatever.
Yep, discredited years ago because they were a corrupt arm of Vladimir Putin. And
everything they touch is corrupt, don't you know? Just like they can't stop doping.
Yeah, and then they're eventually thrown out. By the way, they've vaguely gesticulated that there's an Indian lab that verified us. Haven't listed the, and it's like, get them to comment. Have they got any of it there? Like at work, again, at absolute worst, she's intersex. What do you fucking do? Sex is blind mode. Sex is blind agenda.
That's commie lip-part agenda, don't you know?
Trans woman. And
don't you mean? Nah, it's the globalist.
To push atheism on us.
It's the globalist agenda with the triple parenthesis around it.
Because they're too busy trying to turn the freaking frogs gay.
Wouldn't be a problem even if she were
too busy trying to use atrazine to. Oh, Alex Jones did actually reveal what chemical he believes that he's saying is turning it there. It's atrazine.
Trans people are people and trans women are women.
There's the one that's turning
she's not a trans
frogs
woman.
in transgender.
And being trans in her country is literally a crime. So you're not only spreading disinformation by maliciously calling
chemicals
her a man,
in the water
you're potentially
and turn the
inciting
friggin'
harassment and
frogs
violence
gay.
against her in her home country. It's extremely fucked up, and they're doing this all to prove some political point here at home. The Olympics is not even relevant to the U.S. election, but he's trying to say that Kamala Harris supports this.
I would like to find America that even cares about the Olympics because I still didn't fly one.
Example of what can go wrong if you allow men
and we always win.
Sports, but she's not even a man. She's a woman.
And somehow everyone's
jealous.
So
the example is terrible.
And they're going to be very jealous when they come to LA next year.
Those 3 people were named.
And then Brisbane for
because
you
they were
in
spreading
2032.
misinformation. The attorney made it very clear that they'll also be asking the prosecution to go after others that use their big platforms to spread this lie about her as well. That includes J.D. Vance, Logan Paul, Riley Gaines, Chaya Raichik, Charlie Kirk. All of them lied about her and called Imani Khelif a man. So we're not sure where this is going to go, but I hope they're also investigated as well, because anybody who spread this defamatory lie should absolutely pay the price for that. But it's a little bit tricky since this is being filed in France. However, her attorney says that a prosecutor could make requests for assistance and even cooperation, legally speaking, from other countries such as the U.S. and the U.K. And I think that they're expecting
I don't think the UK would help you there. They're Turf Island, remember?
To be applied to the case here. But we'll have to wait and see. I don't know how this is going to play out.
That'd be coming out on the transphobe side.
It's very hard to prove defamation because you also have to prove malicious intent, which is very difficult to do.
Oh, there was definitely malicious intent.
Much lower when it comes to defamation. And cyberbullying laws that they have in EU countries might kind of help to bolster Imani Khelif's case. So listen,
it definitely would be harder too in America because libel and slander is very difficult.
That's why it's being done in France.
I don't know how it is in France. If this was the UK, it would be much easier. But I don't know what France's law is in that regard.
The UK would side with the transphobes by default.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Heard that
that's right.
I've heard that it's actually law in some areas that the police are not. I've heard. I don't know if this is true. That there are some areas in Britain where the police are not allowed to investigate transgender murders.
An actual no-go zone? I thought only Muslims that were the concern.
That was just racist fear-mongering.
What else is new?
And takes every fucking penny she can from UK Rowling drain her, because the abuse that she went through cannot be overstated. Now,
Maybe
I'm not going to get into the
jealous 'cause
specifics
a
here. We
Muslim
did a whole
woman
video
actually
about
won.
that last week or the week before, actually.
They hate-
Oh,
By the way,
wanna
some
kill
of the
Muslims,
screenshots
remember?
in the video that we did of
And so they
tweets
want
might be
her to be
useful in
murdered.
discovery for
We
Khelif's
wanna be
legal team.
Modi.
So, you know, just FYI
Yep.
if anybody wants to send this
They
to
wanna
them.
be
But the
Modi.
effect
Yeah, they
that this
wanna
has
be
had on her
the
reputation
existentially
and mental
racist
health
British.
cannot be overstated. It has been profound. And it is deeply sad that she went through all of this for nothing. So on August
this
4th, she
because a
actually broke
woman
her
beat
silence
another
about
woman
all
in
of this
boxing.
bullshit and said this.
Yep.
I send a message to
And
all the
yep,
people
maybe
in the
they're
world
just-
who
maybe they're
uphold
just
the
fanboys
Olympic
too, they're just
principles and
salty.
the Olympic Charter to refrain from bullying all athletes, because this has effects, massive
What was
effects,
the
Khelif
thing?
said in
I
Arabic.
remember that. You remember why Russia did this? It's because their undefeated Russian boxer lost, and so they kicked her out along with another one.
Gee, I wonder.
And vaguely claimed sex tests. Like,
I bet you if you go for the records, I wouldn't be surprised. Oh, what's that? Did you use steroids and doped? Ooh.
literally every
It can-
Russia at one point, it was literally mandatory to dope in the Soviet Union.
How hard is it to play fair around here? You could probably win without it. Come on, people.
Yeah.
Kill
But
people's
also,
thoughts,
also
spirit, and
remember
mind.
though that the tests we do for the levels of testosterone for steroids and all that, the first bit is that they were mostly done on white people, and so of course with black and Arab people having more testosterone on average, it can bias the results. And then and then remember, who's the other group that gets tested? Who are the other group that literally get tested every single day?
Who?
Chinese. And remember that Asians on average have lower testosterone than white people. So it's actually getting worse.
Yet somehow
Because of
China
that.
is superior to us, don't you know?
It can divide
Yeah, so
people.
horseshoe
Because of
theory
that,
in
I ask
action.
them to refrain
It's
from
almost
bullying.
weird that we
So
need,
she's
like,
saying,
almost need, like, okay, we almost need to test other black and Arab people more, and we could and then adjust. So we try to adjust a little bit back up, or we can get enough that we can be like, all right, here's the level for Asian people, average level for Asian people, it's Asian level for white people, it's Asian average level for Arabs, and here's the average level for black people. This is the numbers we'd expect for each race, so we can now adjust for each one.
And then of course,
It's also why for like, I think for there is a part of me, if you really, really want to, for temporarily until you can sort out the proper rules.
and
For
of course-
transgender athletes, have a third category. Transgender and intersex athletes have a third category for them. They can compete against each other, and you have like a group stage, and then if there's ones where they can keep up with the guys, then they can have the option of going up to face the guys, or if they want to face the girls.
But see, that's nuance. Conservatives don't like
Yeah.
nuance, remember? They just want to be.
Because there is actually a separate debate. There is actually a separate debate on it, headed for specifically about trans and I guess more generally about intersex athletes, and where whether they could do for example, there are some where you could be XY but be female. So Swire syndrome, androgen insensitivity, and similar ones. And there are others where the SRY gene has been mutated onto the X chromosome, and therefore you can be male but have XX chromosomes. That's one I actually found out very recently. I'm like, oh, I didn't know it could go the other way.
But see, that's nuance again. Conservatives, and unfortunately some people on the left don't like nuance, remember?
Yep.
As
I
politely
don't like
as you
nuance.
possibly can.
Can you tell
hey,
I've been
bullying is
heavily
bad.
involved with this one?
like when we were covering Rationality Rules when he had his meltdown years ago, remember?
We should not bully athletes
There
because
was-
it could be really
Yeah.
destructive. for them.
Again, he was also nuanced when it came to
Yeah, after the
transgender athletes. So there are
After
some
the
sports
backlash,
they
remember?
shouldn't be allowed in, and others where they should.
yeah, there's
Yeah, I'm
nuance,
going to find
people.
that down and remember what the and find out what the and remember what
Nuance,
sports
people.
specifically they're allowed in. Yeah,
Nuance.
nuance.
Saying, hey, this is kind of taking
But
a
you just
toll on
want
me
to
as
beat
well.
up and
Please
beat
don't
up on
do
turfs.
this.
You know,
But they
turfs,
never
no,
stop.
they want to be up
But
trans
they
and
told to
women
stay
and
on Twitter,
minorities. There we
insisting
go.
that she's a man. And that's
Hilarious.
not
That
true.
was a hilarious
It is so
mistake.
fucking
They love
that she has
turfs.
had to
Who are we
deal with this.
kidding?
And I've got to say,
Yeah.
it really says a lot about her character and how resilient
These
she is
conservative cunts.
that she put up.
These conservative cunts are like, we like J.K. Rowling because she's a turf cunt, but we don't like her because she does satanic Harry Potter. Oh, tough choice.
With unprecedented
No, they
abuse.
just stick it on because
And
they
then
love her being a turf
to
neo-Nazi.
still win the gold medal. For me, I feel like I would be rattled and wouldn't be able to think about anything else. My head wouldn't be in the game, but she still won. That says a lot about her. It shows you how amazing she is and how talented she is. But even though she won,
Yep.
make no mistake about it, the bullshit that she endured made it so much more difficult for her. Variety continues, quote, Khelif's coach, Pedro Diaz, told Variety that the bullying Khelif endured during her run in the Olympics incredibly affected her and everyone around her. He adds, she's so smart and has such an amazing motivation, he said, adding that her gold medal win felt like the most rewarding victory
never
of my
have cared and
career
they
as a
never will
coach.
care.
I bet.
There's
And
stuff
you
about
know,
when
that
her
victory
baby
was so
back
much more
in the
sweeter
kitchen
after
and
putting
making
up
us
with
a
all the
sandwich
bullshit
and a
that she
naked
put up with, but the
apron.
fact remains that she shouldn't have had to deal with that.
Or maybe we're a
And
Japanese
he had to tell her
nurse
to not
outfit
look at social
instead of
media
a
because he
makeup
thought that it
artist.
would distract her because all of the abuse that she was receiving was so
The
destructive.
Japanese nurse outfit
But I
that's
mean-
too short and doesn't have panties on.
Exactly. Now bend over, please.
It was so loud
And then we're gonna ban
and so overwhelming.
anime
I'm
and
assuming
manga
that she heard at
because
least some of
Japanese
it.
stuff
That's
evil.
why she spoke out. Now she doesn't speak
And
to
they're all
so
gay work.
They must
probably
fight
she
too.
didn't see everything
They
that
deserve
people
to
said
get
about her,
firebombed
which is a good
again.
thing. But I mean, she knows that people are calling her a
Even
man,
though they'll probably
and I'm sure that that's
firebomb
not good for her
themselves.
self-esteem. I'm sure that it hurt
Then
her
let's
feelings at a
annihilate
minimum.
Algeria.
But I mean, I think that this is going to do long-term damage to her
because
self-esteem
Muslims
and mental health, and
Yep.
that's so sad because she should be celebrating
It
this
would not
moment.
surprise me if there are
And she's
UK
been working
turf
to get here
neo-Nazi
since
MPs
she's
who are
been a
like,
little
we
girl.
need to invade
Her
Algeria
dad
for
didn't
this.
want her to box when she was young because he didn't think that that was
I
a
wonder how
sport that was
France would
appropriate
feel
for
about
little
this since
girls.
Algeria used to be part of them, remember?
But she did it anyway.
Yep,
And
they were. That's
she's
why she's
a gold medal.
doing it. Part of why she was
Whoa!
doing it.
Wait a minute. Could we figure it out? Maybe JK. Maybe they all hated her in the UK because they hate France and they want to get revenge.
Close now. She also grew up
Don't
impoverished,
you know that old rivalry?
yet she defied all the odds to
Hilarious.
become as successful as she is. So, like, her story is one of those stories that is inspirational. But yet, despite what she's been through and accomplished, she just had to endure one of the largest global harassment campaigns in modern history, all because transphobic
Yeah.
dipshits think that she's trans and want to prove a point about how trans people are bad, and they're using her. But this story proves
Conceive
that
mauled.
transphobia doesn't
Dilate.
just hurt trans people,
L
even if
plus
they are
ratio.
obviously disproportionately affected by it. Cis women are also hurt by
Mind
transphobia,
your
and it's not okay.
business.
None of this is okay.
Exactly,
And I
like I
genuinely
said,
hope
the,
that she gets
yeah,
every
the-
punch
if
she
they-
can
women-
from
Punch
these
grass.
groups. Alex Jones
And,
calls
and,
them
make,
out
and
because
make
of
sure
their
don't molest grass Pokemon, remember?
Tory lies that he
They
told
have
I was gonna
feelings
say
about the
too.
that.
victims of Sandy Hook, and
Yeah.
nothing would make
And
me happy.
especially don't molest with an oddish.
Thing
Then it'll be
happened to
personal.
J.K. Rowling. I want
yep,
her to take
and molesting
everything she can from
grass-type
J.K.
Pokemon
Rowling.
does not
So I'm rooting
count.
for her, and I have no
As
idea
much as you'd like
how long
to
this is
be
going to take,
stepped
or
on
whether or
by
not it's even
Sarina.
going to go to court or trial. This could be settled
I
out
would
of court.
love a
Either way,
Trump kick.
I just hope that there's justice, and I hope that she finally gets some peace of mind after having to
You
put
just-
up with
you
so
just revealed their
much
fetish,
abuse.
Trump kick.
Shame on anyone involved in this defamatory campaign, but Iman and Khelif, just know there are people who
They're
support
probably
you
still mad Sarina
and who
is
are rooting
based.
for you.
Yep,
And a good grass type, which gets them mad.
it is.
So yeah, what do you guys say about all those Karen cunts mad they're gonna get sued now?
They deserve it. Bring it on. Destroy them.
Thank you, Khelif. If anything, just making Rowling shut up for once is always a benefit for us. Isn't it nice to not
Yep.
hear her for weeks? Oh
It-
my god,
yes,
such
it
a
is good.
pleasant 2
Yeah.
weeks. Please stay quiet forever, please.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. So, good on you, Khelif. Now, on to the next topic.
Trump commits treason?
Yeah, I'm sure you were probably suspicious when you heard that title, but you want to know what he did?
What?
He did.
We're not in World War III though. We're not like actively fighting in war with a another country.
He's doing the same thing that Nixon and Reagan did before they got elected. But Trump is communicating with Bibi to not do a ceasefire with Hamas.
Okay. I think, if it's that, we need something like between sedition and treason. Because that's what it seems like. We're not... The only reason it's not treason is because we're not actively at war with Israel.
Either way, it's still illegal.
Yep, it's still very illegal. But remember already that Donald Trump has already committed sedition, so...
But hey, it's Kyle. What do you expect, remember?
Yeah.
You know how he is with his titles, just like his annoying long-ass intros. And and him wanting Ukrainians to die.
Yep, Ukrainians, Moldovans, and Georgians.
So let's see how bad this is, because I saw it earlier while playing
Today on PBS, they're covering the Democratic National Convention, and listen to what one of the reporters says. This is the first time I've heard of this, and if this is true, this is a gigantic bombshell of a story. Listen.
Delicate tightrope to walk here, right?
It is. I would venture to say, without hearing this directly from anybody, that one thing that the Harris campaign would love is if President Biden would bring home a ceasefire in the Middle East right now.
That would definitely help him.
Between Gaza and Israel. And we know that Secretary of State Blinken is over there right now working with Netanyahu. The reporting is that former President Trump is on the phone with the Prime Minister of Israel, urging him not to cut a deal right now because it's believed that would help the Harris campaign. So I don't know where that. I don't know. Who knows whether that will come about or not. But I have to think that the Harris campaign would like for President Biden to do what presidents do, which is work on that one.
Yeah.
And maybe there's some other domestic issues that they'd like to see come home.
Okay, so let's break this down. To be clear, Netanyahu doesn't want a ceasefire. He has never wanted a ceasefire.
Never, ever.
Playing Joe
Biden.
Remember that there's like there's a good couple of dozen of GOP politicians and at least 2 Israeli politicians who have called to let off a nuclear bomb in Gaza. Even though that completely fucks up Israel. And if the winds are blowing strong enough in the wrong direction, could close the Suez Canal.
But you think they care about that? No.
No, they don't.
And another thing, too, is Kyle and a whole bunch on left won't accept. Hamas also doesn't want peace either. So both sides
neither of them want.
He doesn't want one. He wants the war to continue because it helps him save his political ass. In fact, other elements of even the Israeli government are like, why are we playing this game? Netanyahu doesn't want a ceasefire. Biden's pretending like it's Hamas that's in the way of a deal. No, they've already accepted.
Well, to be fair, they are too, Kyle.
Israel doesn't want to do it. Why? Because under the framework that Hamas laid out, it would actually be a ceasefire. Isn't that crazy? The ceasefire would actually be a ceasefire. Wild. Netanyahu wants a week or 2 to pause and then to go back to committing the genocide. So Netanyahu doesn't want a ceasefire. He's never wanted a ceasefire. But if this reporting is true, then Donald Trump is on the phone with Netanyahu, currently undermining any and all attempts from others to say, hey, man, you really got to wrap this up. We really got to reach some sort of a deal. So he's providing him political cover and also probably telling him, you just hang in there until I get in office, then we're going to unleash, right? You're going to get all the money you want. You're going to get all the weapons you want.
Even money. More so he's going to be allowed to let off a nuclear bomb in Gaza.
Remember, Trump has taken $100 million from Miriam Adelson in return for letting Israel officially annex the West Bank.
But he's not part of swamp people, don't you know?
Officially annex the Golan Heights.
Yeah, even though he is the swamp.
That's serious.
He is the final boss swamp monster.
He's more muckier than a muck. That gives the finger.
Territory.
Yep. He's a mega muck.
Because I say so.
Oh,
he takes a lot of money from pro-Israel donors. Yeah. Right? So, but if this reporting is true,
maybe he's an Ololan muck. Makes sense. Dark and poison.
Trying to undermine.
Oh, he's a mega Ololan muck.
Statecraft of the current government when you are not a government official. You have literally no standing to do this. It doesn't matter that you were a former president. You have no standing to do this. This is a violation of what's called the Logan Act.
I want to speak to your manager, Kyle.
Unofficially engaging in talks on serious policy matters and undermining the stated position of the Biden administration. Now, by the way, Biden I think he's willingly going along with the whole dog and pony show, right? But having said that, you can't do this. This would be treason. The analogous thing in my mind, what was it? Lawrence O'Donnell went on Twitter and said that this is exactly what was done.
You're missing a bit. You're missing a bit with the treason.
Maybe you need to go.
We're not actively at war with Israel.
Maybe you need to go into the video and explain it to Kyle then if it bugs you that much.
Oh,
then again, he wouldn't read the comments.
Yeah, he doesn't read the comments. There's no point.
This is what Ronald Reagan did to Jimmy Carter. Ronald Reagan called Iran behind the back of Jimmy Carter. This is when he was a candidate.
Yep.
And he said, hey, I know you have the American hostages right now. Keep those hostages until I get in office. And then after I get in office, release them. This way it'll look like I'm the one who ended up freeing the hostages.
Still, my question is, why would even Iran do it? Like, what benefit would be to them? Like, what difference would Carter and Reagan be? If anything, Reagan and the administration helped Iraq in the Iran-Iraq war, so that might have been worse for them.
Yeah. And then they turned that on to genocide the Kurds.
Working around the clock, negotiating, trying to get the deal to free the hostages. And Iran would have done it, but Reagan intervened illegally and said, okay, hold them until I'm in there. And very famously, it was like the day he was inaugurated, after his inauguration speech, then the hostages were released. That was treason. That is undermining the statecraft of the U.S. government for your own personal political aims. Treason. And it's exactly what Trump is doing. So Trump, guys, again,
Kyle's triggering you, huh?
But in the Biden administration, you have a total cuck
administration. It's between sedition and treason.
And Trump's position
because treason requires us to be actively
an
at
even
war
bigger
with another country.
I'm going to say that anybody who questions you even 1%, they're a Palestinian. He uses that as an insult. And they're like Hamas.
Racist much?
Chuck Schumer is Hamas,
of course.
he said.
I mean, it's Trump. I'm not surprised.
So this is the debate. You have RFK, the highest polling third-party candidate, independent candidate in this instance.
Oh, and by the way, I was actually thinking about maybe bringing this up. There's rumors that RFK might actually drop out and endorse Trump.
He has.
Oh, yeah.
He has.
Oh, it's official?
Yep, he's officially dropped out in the last 12 hours.
Oh, no wonder I didn't hear about that. I want to look that up then while we talk about that. I wanted to bring that up potentially as a thing, too.
His stance is just as extreme as Trump on the issue of Israel. You have Biden, who's 90% of the way to Trump, and you have Trump, who's like, no, my stance is give them all the money, give them all the weapons, mock the idea of stopping sending them weapons, let them finish the job. You need to finish the job. Come on, guys. Which is just a green light. Total green light.
Oh, yeah, Guardian. RFK suspends his campaign. I wonder how come I never heard about that. That was 4 hours ago. That's surprising.
And again, he'll let Israel annex the West Bank.
As I was trying to say, the rumors were, which seems to be official now, RFK was going to drop out and endorse Trump to try and get an administration position if they win.
Happened. Yep, that's exactly what's happened.
And especially also since the polls show that he actually hurts Trump too.
So, man, I don't know why more people aren't talking about this. This is a crazy fucking thing. To have the former president, who's now the nominee for the Republicans,
you know how, Kyle,
calling a world leader behind the back of the sitting government to undermine their stated goals.
IPAC.
That's beyond unacceptable. Again, there's no gray area here. This is illegal. This is a violation of the Logan Act. This is treasonous. And nobody's talking about it. And guys, let's keep it real. Why nobody's talking about it? All the Israeli money in our politics. I mean, don't get it twisted. Of course, Wall Street has a giant lobby. Big Oil has a giant lobby. The military-industrial complex has a giant lobby. Saudi Arabia has a giant lobby.
Opposing Israel letting off a nuclear bomb in Palestine.
Yeah, it's anti-Semitic, don't you know?
They get whatever the fuck they want. Even to the point where you have one of the candidates committing treason and undermining the stated goal of the current government, and everybody yawns. She said it so casually, nonchalantly. This is a huge fucking deal. This is a giant, giant deal.
Like I said, Kyle, this is mainstream media. What do you expect? Of course they're going to cuck to what Trump says. After all, they've been defending Trump like the last 2 months, if you've noticed. SK Media on Twitter has pointed that out, too. They never go after Trump for the same things Biden did, as we pointed out months ago. They're in cahoots with him, too. So, yeah. What do you got to say about that? Trump trying to prevent ceasefire in Gaza.
Yep. Yeah, that's pretty fucked. That's not surprising.
And also, you got your 2 cents to Kyle as well.
Yes, and it's because I can't get there that it's what like I can sort of see the treason, but like again, treason is usually when you're actively at war with a country. Like it's what is it? It's worse than sedition, but not quite as bad as treason.
Sounds like if we ever had our chance to talk with him after we destroy him on the Russo Ukraine stuff, maybe we should go beam the head over that too. But after all, he's the most honest progressive on YouTube. He'll be willing to change his mind, unlike some people. Alright, so now, on to the next topic.
And that would be Nikki Haley warns Trump to change or he will get thrashed.
As all the polls for like the last bump showed, now that Kamala is the nominee, Trump is losing worse and worse and worse and worse each day comes out. Now, Let's Talk Elections actually did a video, I think, this morning. Kamala's like leading majority of polls in North Carolina now. He covered.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe you should look at while we cover this because it is getting bad and bad and bad. Which we warned you all. We warned you for
a big
2
thing
years.
now.
We warned you for 2 years that you're gonna lose unless you change, and you refuse.
And
to
they
listen.
did.
And they refused to
and
listen.
then they did.
So yeah, good for you not to listen.
Let's see. We have Harris basically tied with Trump in Georgia. The next one would be North Carolina, right?
Yeah.
Yep, tied in North Carolina.
Wait, Biden?
No, Harris and Trump.
Yep. So what does it say that she's
Trump
leading?
Harris up by almost 2% in Pennsylvania.
So tied in
3.5% in Michigan. Minnesota's up to 10%.
Well, that was already like almost locked already.
Well, no, that was the thing. It was down to like 2% in
compared
it was down to 2% when Biden was running.
Compared to other states, he was still leading.
3.8 in Wisconsin. She's up in Arizona by 1.4%.
And what did you say about North Carolina?
Dead heat.
Yeah. So, yeah, that rate, she should easily get the win at the moment, looks like.
Yep.
So, yeah, you all need to change. Wait, we've warned you for 2 years, and you refuse to do so. And, of course, Nikki Haley, despite the fact that she endorsed Trump when she shouldn't have if she was smart, she gave, once again, the warning, and like she warned you all, like we even warned you too, if you want to have the best chance to win, you have to nominate her instead of Trump, but you all refused to listen, and now you have to pay the consequences for it, as she gave another warning, because, oh my god, as we covered last month, all the racism, all the misogyny, and all the stupid crap that conservatives have been crying about since Harris became nominee. Oh my god, they literally harassed Tim Walz's son the other day at the DNC because he was crying, which by the way, is going to be a topic we're going to be covering, I think, right after this. So yeah, it's bad. But hey, we appreciate you all not listening and losing bigly, so thank you. But yeah, let's see her warning.
So as you all know, Nikki Haley did not come out and endorse Trump right away after she dropped out of the race.
She fucking did
a lot of bad blood there. Clearly, she did a lot of things that Trump said about her were total bullshit.
And Harris is just up in Nevada as well.
Looks like she has almost. Not only does she have almost all the states that Biden had, with North Carolina, she would do better than Biden right now from 2020.
Yeah.
And, maybe we should look up Florida if it's back to being a swing state again, like it always was.
319.
Yep, about.
You get. Nah, Trump's still about Trump's about 3 points ahead, 3 to 4 points ahead in Florida.
Yep, it's still a swing state. And remember, idiots on the left always kept saying Florida's a red state when it's not. It's a swing state. Once again, still within reach.
And so she really has no respect for him. She really doesn't like him.
A little bit out of reach.
But as they all do.
Oh, yeah. Guess what else is only 5? Guess which other state Harris is only 5% behind Trump in?
Ohio?
Texas!
I was about to say Texas, too, yeah. Texas is getting closer and closer to becoming a swing state, people!
Texas becoming a swing state.
Oh, if she got that, then it doesn't matter. She has it all wrapped up, and we're gonna laugh.
Yeah. Yeah.
I bet when that happens, conservatives will be like, this electoral college thing, maybe we need to get rid of it now. Like we've been saying for decades.
Time, she decided, fine, I'll come out, I'll bend the knee. Now, it's very clear that she doesn't want to be doing this. She doesn't like that she's doing this, but she's doing it.
Haley, you could tell them to go fuck off. You would look better to most people if you told Trump to fuck off. Like,
save her ass politically. If she wants.
Don't be like Bernie with like Hillary when it was rigged against him. Like, don't cuck. You need to stand up for yourself.
Continue to be an elected Republican. Continue to be relevant in Republican politics. You can't cross the dear leader too hard.
Yeah, you can.
You gotta leave yourself a little bit of room. And probably the biggest reason is she doesn't want to alienate and isolate the donors who can help her in the future.
But the donors don't like Trump. They like you more, so you'd look better to them.
Yeah.
It's like everything you do.
She eventually came out and bent the knee very angrily. But now she went on Fox News.
That's why we told you all, if she was nominee, Biden would have had a very difficult time. I think she would have easily won. Maybe she still she would have a better chance against Kamala. I don't know if she'd outright
I think she would have held. I don't know if she would have won. I think she would have.
She definitely would have been close.
She would have held her own against him.
Yeah, Haley would easily contend against Biden and Harris. Trump can't.
The Trump campaign. And look, call a spade here. She keeps it real with him. This is like a dire warning to the Trump campaign about how they need to course correct. Listen to this.
Do you think that this campaign is floundering on that point?
I want this campaign to win, but the campaign is not going to win talking about crowd sizes. It's not going to win.
Yeah, guys, Trump won't shut up about Kamala having bigger audiences at her rallies than he was. He won't shut up about it. No one cares.
Stop. Shut the fuck about it.
Stop. We don't care.
Talking about what race Kamala Harris is. It's not
He keeps insisting that she pretended to be Indian. Now she pretended to be black. We don't care. She's mixed. Who cares in the end? Shut up.
Again, it's him signaling about. Again,
we know you're racist.
Signaling his opposition to interracial marriage.
Yeah, we know you're racist. Keep spewing it, but stop. You're gonna keep losing. I would say stop, but don't at the same time.
Talking about whether she's dumb. It's not. You can't win on those things. The American people are smart. Treat them like they're smart.
She's right. She's right.
Yep.
You know who else has been sounding the alarm? Bill O'Reilly. He's been doing appearances over on News Nation. And he's been saying,
I haven't heard that name in a long time.
Look, bro. He said Trump is being very undisciplined. And he also said
that is
Trump,
a massive
even though you might not think he is, he's a very emotional guy. And if he's having a bad day,
he has like negative 100.
That's going to come out.
He had discipline in 2016, and then it went out the window afterward.
He has minus 100 discipline in EU4. No wonder his armies always get wrecked, like me.
One way or another. That's true. All that's true. And it's kind of brutal. And the fact that people like Bill O'Reilly and Nikki Haley can see it. Look, the tidal wave is
because they're
undeniable,
smarter than you
right?
idiot orangutan.
They've seen the polls. Now you have Nate Silver has Kamala up 3 points on average now. It wasn't that long ago. Biden was down like 4 points on average to Trump. That's a 7-point swing in such a short time frame.
In
now
1
another
month.
poll just came out.
That's why Kyle's warning you too. If you don't change, it could be a landslide almost. I wonder if she's getting close to challenging Obama's 08 victory. Wouldn't that be
funny? Kamala's leading in every single swing state but one. And by the way, the one that she's not leading in is one that I actually think she ultimately will win anyway. So this new poll that came out.
Well, you said you showed. Wasn't there like 2 states that she was like tied in?
There's a couple of she's like tied in 2 states, and she's like rapidly closing in on Georgia.
And I wouldn't be surprised if Florida gets in close too.
And remember, she's 5%. She's at 5% from Texas too.
Can you imagine if Texas get close to swing state? All of a sudden, they have to throw everything.
Yeah.
Thank you. Waste money.
In North Carolina, Arizona, Pennsylvania, Wisconsin. Go down the list of all of them. The only one she was down in was Nevada. And Nevada, I think ultimately she's going to win.
And as you cover now, she is leading.
I mean,
she's up
what else
in
is there to
Nevada,
say about it? There was that poll that came out the other day.
Tied in Georgia. She's within 1% of Georgia.
Kamala
up
8 points nationally. Like I said, now in the average, she's up 3. It's so overwhelming and so undeniable, and you see the enthusiasm gap has totally shifted. Now, Democrats are super enthusiastic, and Republicans are sort of getting down on themselves a little bit. And so when she says this...
Yeah, and I've noticed this too, guys. Like, I'm in a deep blue state, but I'm in, like, Trump country in my state. There's, like, no Trump signs pretty much at all out here. They were all over the place in 2016-20. I've almost never seen a Trump 20... Oh, in the areas that I, like, do my regular, like, walking or biking, I've only seen one Trump 2024 sign. That is it.
Nice.
Back in 2020, they were all over the place. Like, people started feeling Trump even around here in Trump country.
Mm-hmm. It's real. She's right. Like, this is what you're doing, and this is how you're running this race. You're questioning Kamala Harris's ethnicity and her race. You're calling her stupid and low IQ and things of that nature, and you're obsessing over crowd sizes. Like, obviously, this isn't going to work. Obviously, it's going to make more people lose. All he knows how to do is rally his base. Clearly, he's lost the magic touch.
Well, it's already destroying them. It's just going to make things worse.
Right? In dealing with moderates and swing voters. And apolitical people.
And then we're 4 to 8 years melting down.
And now...
Yes, honestly, we should, after the election, if Kamala Harris wins, we should do an entire episode of Liberal Arsehole Show just laughing at all the cope.
Like 2020 again, yay!
Yes!
And then they're going to get violent like January 6th again.
Right? Just hitting that first little note. It's that first little note. The trajectory is insane in this race. I've never seen anything like it. The trajectory is like that, right? So, damn, when Nikki Haley is saying this stuff. But by the way, I am now waiting patiently. I bet Trump is going to take to Twitter and start shitting on Nikki Haley, right? Why do I say that?
I mean,
guys, Trump went to do a rally in Georgia the other day, and during that rally in Georgia, he spent an extended period of time, minutes, shitting on the Republican governor of Georgia.
She can't be president.
He was shitting on Kemp.
Woman.
Why is he so pissed at Kemp?
And by the way, a lot of Trump's
in 2020 was one of the governors who basically said to Trump, "Yeah, man, kind of fuck off. I'm not going to steal the election for you." Remember, I think it was Georgia he made the call. I think it was to the Secretary of State, Rapsberger, where he said...
Yep, it was Secretary of State in Georgia. 11,781 votes.
And because January 6th happened a few days later, that got, like, almost completely... was forgotten about, which is really pathetic.
11,000 votes.
Like, almost never hear people talking about it.
Steal the election, effectively. And Kemp, for all of his flaws... He's a diehard conservative Republican, but he's sort of in the Mike Pence camp, where he's like, look, I'll do anything for you except destroy democracy completely. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to steal it. I'm not going to commit crimes.
We're going to be a liar, but we're not going to lie about that.
And so Trump still, at this late date,
we at least respect democracy enough
to try
that we will actually stop you from doing this.
And then we'll actually have a better chance to win ourselves, like he did in the primary in 2022, remember?
Right, so he spent an extended period of time shitting on Kemp. Here's the problem. Kemp has already survived an election attempt post-2020.
I think it's starting to look like
the
outside
Republican
of stupid Karen Green, Georgia,
very, very clearly.
Like Maryland,
and they were like, no,
we don't
like Kemp.
Hardcore MAGA people
Kemp
in our
takes
states.
precedence over you,
Looks like Georgia's
Donald
starting
Trump.
to become one of them.
That's what the voters said. So now you go into Georgia for a rally to try to get Georgia Republicans to get to the polls and vote for you.
And you lost.
And you're shitting on the guy that they just gave the thumbs up to. If anything, that could depress Georgia Republican voters more. Fewer of them.
I mean, that did happen in the 2020 Senate runoff, remember? Because Trump.
That's how he got Raphael Warnock and the other guy.
Yep, because Trump kept saying the election's rigged, all that, and Republican voters said, "Fuck it, we're not going to bother voting because it's going to be rigged." So that helped us get the Senate tied up. Remember?
Will turn out, and again, that will help the Democrats in Georgia. This is a state that Trump should be winning in 2024, right? I mean, Biden's lucky he won it in 2020. This is one of those states that it should be
Kyle, the reason
red.
why Biden won is the same reason why Trump won in 2016. Because Trump sucked. He lost the election, just like Hillary lost in 2016. Trump didn't do anything spectacular, just like Biden didn't do anything spectacular. He just won because Trump sucked.
But now he's fucking it up.
And likewise, if Biden won, which I still think he would have won because Trump sucked back even worse.
He's fucking it up. So if you're going to attack Kemp, which is the most politically dumb thing I can imagine you doing, then why wouldn't he also take more shots at Nikki Haley, right? So I'm waiting for it.
He already did before.
I got my eye on the old time here. I'm waiting for it. It'll happen eventually. Yeah, no message discipline, totally emotional. just melting down. And look, the warning that she's delivering is correct. But here's the other problem for them that Nikki Haley cannot acknowledge. See, Nikki Haley thinks, if you just focus on our policy issues, then you'll win.
You won't.
No,
but it's a better argument.
Because you can do the smears and you can do the dumb, petty high school attacks. That won't work. But if you want to talk about policy, they're going to run circles around you. What's Nikki Haley's philosophy? She's a neocon warmonger. She's never met a country that she didn't want to go to fucking war with, as we all know. She wants to cut taxes for the rich. She wants to cut taxes for corporations. She wants to deregulate big business.
Just not like a complete asshole.
This is her ideology, eyes. Right? On social issues, maybe she's slightly more moderate than other Republicans, but she wants to restrict.
Like my barometer. My aunt. She would never vote for Trump. I easily would see her vote for Haley, even though the exact same policy, but she's not an asshole in her eyes, so she would probably vote for her.
Abortion, a decent amount. Like these, these are the things you want to talk about.
A lot of you don't realize. It's mostly people don't like Trump because he's an asshole. Even policy, like Nikki Haley, she's gonna agree with Trump on almost every single issue. She's not an asshole like he is. She doesn't rub people off the wrong way. She doesn't deny elections like he does. And of course, her not being president and doing terrible things also helps her. Like, if you want to win, you have to go with optically is the best thing. She's going to give you what you want, so you support her instead of Trump. And she would probably be winning right now.
They'll beat you on policy, or they'll beat you, when you do the petty high school insults and your support tanks. So, it's a good warning, but the thing Nikki Haley doesn't understand is they're kind of between a rock and a hard place, and I don't know what a good strategy is for them now. Hey, y'all,
there isn't one. There kind of isn't one.
Now, the best thing is to just focus on policies, which you all suck on too, but that still is the best option you got. But, of course, thank you, Trump, for being an absolute clown and being a fool and all that. So, what you got to say about that? What do you got to say about her dire warning?
It's going to fall on deaf ears. It's going to fall on no ears.
Which, thank you, just what we want. Please, Trump, keep going right ahead, which we're going to cover in a moment with how you all treat Tim Walz's son. Oh, boy, that's going to be fun. So please, keep right going. We're warning you, you're going to fail if you don't listen to us. And Haley, we've warned you for 2 years. You better change course, but please, ignore us all you want and just go right ahead.
Yes.
We're just idiots on YouTube that are irrelevant. Who cares what we think, right? So now, on to the next topic.
The second and final topic, conservatives harassing Tim Walz's son.
Third, remember, EDP. So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we got EDP, that's right.
Oh, yeah, and of course, guys, oh my gosh. Of course, just recently the DNC happened. Tim Walz did an awesome speech, and he talked about his kids in the discussion and all that. And they actually showed his son bawling out like a baby about and all that, which most people thought was adorable and all that, but of course, conservatives are weirdos that don't like fun things, so they had a meltdown and are now harassing his kid about it, because they're no-lifes. So yeah, let's see about this.
It took Gwen and I years, but we had access to fertility treatments.
Oh yeah, guys, here's another thing too. This is not a leftist argument, but conservatives have been made fun of Tim Walz and his wife because they had to have their kids through IVF. They've made fun. They've made fun of them for IVF. Haven't you seen that stupid thing that Mike covered, where Trumpsters are holding them out like cans full of like Jim Vance's cum and all that, as family making kit and whatever? Oh my gosh!
And when our daughter was born, we named her Hope.
Yeah.
Hope,
demonize IVF
Gus,
family,
and
just
Gwen,
like you demonize
you are my
people who
entire
die.
world, and I love you. I'm letting you in on how we started a family, because this is a big part about what this election is about. Freedom.
That, to me, was one of the most touching moments of the DNC, and I actually got a little bit choked up when I saw that.
I don't care.
It doesn't bug me really happen that often, because I'm a cynical bastard who's on enough antidepressants to kill a horse.
I'm more of a cynical bastard
but nonetheless,
like you,
the
Mike.
point is that it takes a lot to make me feel emotional,
that's not as
and that right there,
like you are, though.
that did it. In fact, watching it again almost had as big of an impact on me as the first time that I saw it. Because that right there, that is what life is all about. The love that we have for each other makes our short time on this rock all seem worthwhile. And to see a 17-year-old kid with a nonverbal learning disability tear up because he loves his dad so much and is so proud of his dad to the point where he's saying, that's my dad.
Of course.
It's just so pure
and
beautiful, and it's powerful.
That's the
essence of humanity. And I don't care if you're a Republican, even Republicans should see that and think that's amazing. That's beautiful. In fact, Ben Shapiro even admitted this is really quite...
When Benny Boy of all people are not actually an asshole for once. Oh my God! You're not gonna believe who actually defended his kid on here. You're gonna be stunned, like I was stunned earlier. Oh my gosh!
How could you not say that about that moment? Listen, I despise Republicans. Everybody knows that. But that doesn't mean that I think it's impossible for a Republican to be a good parent or be delightful on
the other day on Twitter, I had to actually go after people that were making fun of that dad that defended his kid when Trump got the assassination attempt on him. People were on there making fun of the dad getting killed and all that because he was a piece of shit. Oh my God.
Personal level. So if I saw the child of a Republican at a convention declare their love for a parent, I'd feel exactly the same way. The same way I feel as Tim Walz and his son having that moment. But I hate to be that guy because, of course, there were some right-wingers who found something negative to say about that. And I know it was one of the most wholesome moments ever, but trust me, there are people
conservatives
who had
don't
some shit to talk.
things.
So what you're going to see is very depressing, but stick around because I'm going to end on a more happy note. Having said that, though, let's trek through the mud just for a little bit so we can see what some people are saying about that wholesome moment. In a now-deleted tweet, openly racist Ann Coulter reacted to the news, saying, talk about weird.
Yes.
Yeah, so, she's clearly mad.
Oh, and by the way, this is hilarious, because she tweeted out, talk about weird, making fun of his kid and all that. Apparently, Walz replied back that she is single, she has no kids, so you can mind your business. Oh, savage!
Add about the weird criticism from Tim Walz.
Like absolutely savage.
Horse-faced cunter? Like we warned you. We warned you. We're going to keep warning you all for all these months and years. Don't fuckle with Shuckle. I hope you enjoyed that 500 million damage, Horseface. You are a blitzy confirmed.
But calling his 17-year-old son weird for loving his dad is exactly what Tim Walz meant when he said that Republicans were weird. So thank you for proving his point, Ken. But she's not alone because Republican propagandist Dinesh...
Oh no, Dinesh the loser! Oh my God!
Yes. He's the guy that believes that the Democratic Party is the party of Cain.
Souza says the kid might have mental problems, but he's acting just like Tim Walz. So what's Walz's excuse? What are you even talking about? Get this one.
Oh no, Milo!
Milo Yiannopoulos says, this boy has been molested. I genuinely don't even know what to
Oh my God, he said that his kid was molested. Oh, for fucking God's sake.
Say to that. That is a demented thing to say in response to that moment. Like, what is wrong with Milo Yiannopoulos?
Especially that is fucking horrible, coming from someone who was molested.
But see,
you were molested, Milo.
But remember, remember that was a good thing. Don't you remember he defended drunken peasants?
Oh my God.
On top of that, in a now deleted tweet, Milwaukee talk show host Jay Weber says, sorry, but this is embarrassing for both father and son. If the walls represent today's American man, this country is screwed. Meet my son, Gus. He's a blubbering bitch boy. His mother and I are very proud.
Yeah, because you conservatives deep down, despite being misogynistic, are also misandrous. You think men should have no emotions, period.
Oh, it's so disgusting.
Yeah. They're evil and satanic.
Toxic masculinity.
Delegate Mike Crispy says, Tim Walz's stupid crying son isn't the flex the left thinks it is. You raised your kid to be a puffy beta male.
You raised your kid to be a puffy beta male. A puppy beta male.
Congrats. Does Barron Trump cry?
No.
Does he love his father? Of course.
Beta male.
You do see that. You do see that. You do see that infinite powered Shuckle behind him. Oh, that's right. You ready to You ready to fuckle with the Shuckle of 500 million damage? Are you ready for that? Are you a Blitzy confirmed?
Okay, whatever, dude. Finally, Vince Langman, a massive right-wing account on Twitter, says, pray every day that your sons grow up to be like Barron Trump and not Gus Walz.
He's a octuple, because he's a forested one.
Man, that's like, what was it, like 700 million damage you're talking about now?
Yep.
Man.
Yeah, 700 million.
Man, you guys really are masochistic. My meme picture I made the other week on Twitter is my post is completely accurate.
Now, there were lots of other examples. Many people tweeted things that I can't repeat on this show because it would be a terms of service violation. It was that bad.
I can only imagine how ableist
Needless
it would be.
to say, these people are
ableism would be
absolutely
infinity.
soulless. And this is the type of hyperpartisanship that Tim Walz talks about being a product of the MAGA era and how we can't even have conversations with families at dinner anymore because everybody is so polarized, right? These are the kinds of conservatives that we have in our families who we struggle to get along with because they always say terrible things like that because their brains have been broken from Trumpian politics. That kind of cruelty has ruined relationships. Some Trump-supporting parents have become as cruel and cold-hearted as those tweeters. And that's ruined relationships. Maybe these tweets
us Marylanders are not
the product
that
of jealousy
compared to
because,
other places.
These folks don't have that relationship with their children because of the path they've gone down politically. I don't know. But let me just say, if your reaction to a father and son declaring their love for each other is to be negative and to make fun of it or put them down,
because misandry
your brain is broken.
And ableism.
Your brain is broken. There's nothing else to say
so they're
about
fake family, don't you know?
I don't know what to say, honestly. Like, I won't self-diagnose you over the internet, but that's not a normal thing to say in response.
Oh my god, I can only imagine what they're saying about his daughter, too. Oh no. Oh no. I'm even seeing
How old's his daughter?
I think like 17. If you
I know. Yeah, we know exactly what they'd be saying.
And if you look at the V when you get a chance, her picture will be on the background of Mike's video. Oh boy, they're gonna want to grab. She looks like a TradCon waifu right now. Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no, you know what they're gonna do.
No. Used to seeing a father
they're gonna go too far.
It's just not.
Maybe that's the stuff Mike was talking about.
The silver lining, and where we arrive at the more happy ending to this story, is that these attacks on Tim Walz's son were beyond the pale, even for some Republicans who typically are pretty cruel themselves. For example, Cassandra Fairbanks of Timcast tweeted, "He can't speak. He has a learning disability. This is wholesome and sweet. He's super proud of his dad. Families are cool. I'm mean as hell, and the comments about him are off-putting even to me." Now, Matt...
wow!
And guess who defended him? Matt fucking Walsh!
Matt Walsh actually responded in a
Walsh actually was on our side!
Attacking a kid for loving his dad is the dumbest move I've seen by right-wingers on this site in a while.
Fucking Walsh defended her!
Now, Matt...
No! Defended his son!
Defended his son! Walsh!
I'm mean as hell, and the comments about him are off-putting even to me. Now, Matt Walsh actually responded in agreement, adding, "Yeah, attacking a kid for loving his dad is the dumbest move I've seen by right-wingers on the site in a while. Literally no benefit to it at all. Some people on our side have no ability to think strategically. Frustrating." Now, to be clear, I'm not showing you tweets from Matt Walsh, Cassandra Fairbanks, and Ben Shapiro to give them credit, because I don't think that anyone deserves credit for the bare minimum. You don't deserve credit for simply being against attacks on a disabled teenager who loves his dad.
There's something more to this. There's something more to this.
How do you all make Matt Walsh on the right side for once? How is that possible?
I feel like that's just an expectation for all of us as adults, right?
And then, of course, when he sees his daughter, then he's going to be going back to his normal self, of course.
I'm showing you their tweets, however, because it speaks to how monstrous the modern right wing has become. And the cruelty people like Matt Walsh and Ben Shapiro are now condemning is the exact kind of cruelty that they've encouraged for years on their programs. So if Matt Walsh feels grossed out by unabashed cruelty on the right, maybe he should be a little bit introspective.
Was I right?
I'm assuming a lot of those people who are making fun of Tim Walz's son learned it from him.
How do you think I felt when I saw this earlier?
But to be fair, Republicans don't have a monopoly on cruelty.
Playing EU4
and I say this because at the Democratic convention, well, there were some delegates that were walking out, and they were greeted by Palestinian protesters who were naming victims of Gaza.
All right, looks like most of the video is going to be just about Palestine, all that, which of course is not really relevant to the subject matter. So we'll probably wrap up there. Plus, the video's getting long enough. So yeah, what do you guys say about that?
That is astonishing.
How they treated his son.
Yeah. Well, that's disgusting, of course, but Walsh defending. That's.
Yep,
I'm shocked. I'm beyond shocked.
Yep, just wait. When he sees his daughter, he's going to go back to his former self. Going to be being a pervert and predator and such. I'll be expecting that very soon. Oh, boy, but that was stunning. But also, no surprise, because you all are pieces of shit. Except for some reason, just for this one moment, not Benny Boy or Matt Walsh. I don't get it.
Yeah.
What universe? The universe is out of whack right now. This is like me beating Animal Mario Party at the moment. All right, so now, on to the next topic.
The one I wanted. And this is the second to last one. DNC Speaker destroys Republicans on abortion.
Are you surprised?
No.
I have not seen it yet, but Kyle called it... it's not destroyed. It's brutalizes Republicans on abortion.
Yep.
Really? I mean, it's not that hard to destroy them on, so let's see how brutalized, as Kyle said in all caps, is. This better be good. If it's
so one of the things
Yep.
that the Democrats are doing at the DNC is they are really, really leaning into the abortion stuff, knowing that it's a big winner for them, knowing that the right has shit.
I'm going to tell you, like we've been saying this for 2 years now, you all getting rid of Roe v. Wade was a major shot in the foot. No, shot right into the heart, if anything. That was a major fuck up. We warned you when it happened that you're going to have faced this problem. And we were right ever since. Everywhere the abortion argument comes up, pro-choice side wins. Just like us in Maryland, when we vote to make abortion legal in our Constitution, we're going to win in a landslide. Thank you for that.
Get to bed and jump the shark on these issues.
Yep.
So here's an example of one of the speakers. There was a whole bunch of speakers who were impacted by the Republican abortion policies, or should I say anti-abortion policies. And here's a woman named Hadley Duvall. And her story is devastating. Listen to what she said here when talking about how Trump's policies and Republican policies impacted.
Oh, great. So it sounds
her
like we're going
life.
to get angry.
Growing up, I was the varsity soccer captain, cheerleading captain, homecoming queen, and survivor.
Oh, no.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. At age 12,
sounds like something Matt Walsh
I took
would
my
do.
first pregnancy test. And it was positive.
No, it's Matt Walsh, remember? It's not Matt Walsh, it's Matt Walsh.
First time I was ever told, you have options. I can't imagine not having a choice. But today, that's the reality for many women and girls across the country because of Donald Trump's abortion bans. He calls it a beautiful thing. What is so beautiful about a child having to carry her parent's child?
I don't know. Ask
the
Republicans.
air just got sucked out of the room when she said that. God damn,
But
bro.
yeah, that was
and look, I saw
brutal.
like Megyn Kelly was
that was
somebody needs to tell these people
right
that Donald Trump is in favor of exceptions for abortion when it's rape and incest and life of the mother. And clearly this girl was raped by her stepfather. So Megyn Kelly's somebody, this isn't this isn't because of Trump. Trump's actually against this. Megyn, you know that's a fucking stupid
Shut
point.
the fuck up,
you know
Megyn.
Donald Trump appointed the justices to the Supreme Court who overturned Roe versus Wade, which, by the way, is what he said he wanted to do, and that's exactly what he did do.
Yep.
And now he's running away from it.
And then
when
all
earlier
these
he was
Republican states,
praising
these
it.
red states, cracked
Yes,
down on
also
abortion.
remember that we had a North Carolina politician,
All of a
Republican
sudden you don't like it
politician.
because you're losing.
Yeah, well, that's not a surprise.
We
that
warned
tends
you.
to happen when things work backwards.
We warned you.
Backwards spectacularly. They warned you, and you didn't listen, and now you're paying the price.
Just like we're warned you for like the last 2 years about Trump run, he's gonna get his butt kicked. We warned you,
and he's getting it.
But hey, please go right ahead. Just keep being racist, misogynistic. We laugh as we win. Please.
Total abortion bans in 14 different states. And in way more than that, they have pretty severe abortion bans that are not total abortion bans. And this is what happens.
And they
want
to try and do Project 2025 to force
and you
all
know
of us
that.
who don't want to ban it.
And what would Donald
which
Trump
they're
do if
going
he
to fail
gets back
to
in
do.
office? Well, if we're lucky, he won't sign a national abortion ban. That's if we're lucky. He very well may do that.
Well, the polls show that even if somehow Trump did win, Democrats right now, it looked like might actually have the House and the Senate. So Republicans wouldn't be able to do
good. anything.
They wouldn't be able, he would not be able to get what he wants either.
Yes.
They wouldn't be able, he would not be able to get what he wants either. They wouldn't be able, he would not be able to get what he wants either. They wouldn't be able, he would not be able to get what he wants either.
But best case scenario, he just leaves the status quo as it is. Well, what's the status quo? All the red states are cracking down massively on abortion, and you get horror stories like this. So you know he is to blame, and you're a fucking bullshit.
How many times we covered every time something like this come up?
Guys, this is the girl. No bullshit. This is the girl who very well may have one in the
yuck.
The 10-year-old had to leave in Kentucky because
had to go to another state.
Bashir ran against his opponent. What was his name? Something Cameron.
And remember, none of this stuff would be happening if Roe v. Wade wasn't overturned.
Yes, and also remember we had that Republican politician that wasn't just going to ban abortion at 0 weeks with no exceptions. They were also going to legalize murder and extrajudicial murder for women who are seeking abortions.
And they're trying to pass laws to try and prevent women from going out of state to get abortions too.
Nailing the coffin, holy shit.
Which I don't even know how they even do that.
I was raped by my stepfather.
And this was just like nailing the coffin.
Here we go. Now they get mad again.
I was raped by my stepfather after years of sexual abuse. I was 12. Anyone who believes there should be no exceptions for rape and incest could never understand what it's like to stand in my shoes. This is to you, Daniel Cameron. To tell a 12-year-old girl she must have the baby of her stepfather who raped her is
unthinkable.
I'm speaking out because women and girls need to have options. Daniel Cameron would give us none.
But that's a good thing, don't you know?
Absolutely fucking brutal.
Yeah, that's what they want because they're evil.
And remember, all the accusation about like LGBT being pedophiles, that is projection.
Example? Yep, Pentagon theory.
And remember, guys, how many Republican states have tried to legalize child marriage recently?
Tried and failed to outlaw it. Yeah, there's a lot.
The Republicans are sort of up shit's creek without a paddle here, because not only are they way out of lockstep on the issue of abortion, they're also way out of lockstep on the issue of extremism. Because so many of the candidates still deny the 2020 election. Trump can't shut up about denying the 2020 election. Trump can't shut up with implying that he's not
going to... If only they would do stupid things without harming people.
And accept the results if you lose next time. So, by all means, proceed.
Yep, keep going right ahead and making a fool of yourself. Please do that.
Yeah, please do that.
But wasn't that brutal or what? Brutal and really angry and disgusting, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what happens when you allow this shit to happen, because you conservatives like that. So, that was very, very angering to watch. But hey, we got one more topic, and this is actually going to be funny for once. So guess who's back? Guess who's back on YouTube? Eat That Pussy 445 or EDP. Hey guys, remember when he tried to fuck a minor and all that?
Yes, I remember.
And he got kicked off of YouTube years ago. Well, he's back on YouTube for the last 2 weeks. Gee, YouTube, how come he's not banned yet? That seems a little odd and fishy.
Only because he's protected, because he's a conservative, like all social media's been doing lately.
And by the way, the only reason I brought this up was because Angel posted on the commentary server other day, because he keeps covering all the videos he posted, because he's supposed to be banned and all that. So I decided I wanted to check his channel this piece before he got banned, if he ever did, to see what he posts up there. And he did a video about Vote Trump 2024, which I'm not surprised. But I decided to watch it and see all the silly arguments, because I know EDP, because I used to be a subscriber of him, because his Eagles fans' reactions were funny as hell. So, it was as silly and dumb as it is. But of course, he made one very big fatal mistake. He mocked the wrong state. And now it's personal. Oh boy. Just wait till me, Hunter Avalon, and Dylan Burns have a word with you. Oh, we're going to have fun with you, pal. You don't mess with us. So are you ready to see some Maryland rage at an idiot?
Yep.
Here we go. So let's see what EDP's reasons are to vote for Trump before, of course, he gets hopefully banned.
For Kamala Harris in this upcoming election, you a dumbass motherfucker. You are the equivalent of a stupid-ass fucking bitch. You feel...
EDP. You're a pedo. Debate over.
Yep.
I mean, black people, how many motherfucking years must we keep getting fucked in the ass by the goddamn Democratic Party, my nigga?
They ran the Republicans.
How many years do you want to go to fuck prepubescent girls in the pussy and ass?
And he tried to do that too. God. But yeah. No, they're not going to ever vote Republican because blacks in America are smarter than you, believe it or not.
Yep.
They know that Republicans are going to fuck them over with every single racist policy possible. So as long as Republicans continue to be racist, they're not going to vote for you. Hey, there was a time before they used to vote for Republicans. Back during, like, the Civil Rights era and all that.
Yep.
But guess what?
Before the party switch.
Yep. And then Democrats all of a sudden became based, you all became cringe, and now they vote for us now.
In order for you motherfuckers to wake the fuck up. You feel me? You motherfuckers are just sitting there on the goddamn assembly line, right? Well, it's okay. You know, we can sit back and keep getting motherfucking trains ran on us and shit. You feel me?
Trains?
Keep getting
run on us. What the fuck?
Keep having our motherfucking assholes motherfucking sodomized and shit.
I wouldn't talk about sodomizing if I were you, buddy.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be talking about that. That is a very... that's somewhere you don't want to go to.
We don't give a damn, nigga. We gonna fucking keep voting Democrat. My nigga, I mean... Nigga, they can sit down and they can sit back and burn this motherfucking country to the motherfucking ground.
Like Trump did?
like Trump tried to do. Remember that these people believe that the Black Lives Matter protesters tried to set the entire country on fire.
Mm-hmm. Oh boy.
My nigga, we don't give a fuck. Oh my God, it's Democrat all day, motherfucking Joe Biden.
Biden's not even run, you're still obsessing with him.
Yeah.
Shit, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I was about to say, Biden's not running, you moron.
Away from us and shit. You know what I mean? If a motherfucker was to break into your shit, you know what I mean? These niggas want you to jump off, my nigga.
Oh yeah. He said that Democrats want people to break in your house and kill you and all that. No, we support self-defense, and guess what? Crime's gone down over the last few years because Democratic policy works. The only place where the crime's going up is red states because your all's policies suck ass.
Motherfucking third story balcony, nigga, before you fucking pull that bitch out and fucking defend yourself. You know, it's like, I don't fucking understand this fucking shit. You feel me? Like, my nigga Trump literally damn near got motherfucking assassinated.
Yeah, we know.
Well, he didn't, and also I don't care. Hate to break the news to you. Like, no one cares. Even among Trumpsters don't even care about it anymore. No one cares.
Motherfucking bullet grazing his aorta, grazing his motherfucking brain.
No, he didn't touch his aorta. He would be dead if it got It was an AK-47. He would be dead if it got anywhere near his aorta.
It's EDP. What do you expect?
Centimeters.
He's brain dead.
You feel me? What the fuck does Donald Trump have to gain? You feel me? My nigga's a motherfucking multi-fucking billionaire? Damn.
You mean a fake billionaire?
Fake billionaire. That's what I was gonna say.
Like, why is he going through this shit?
Because he's an idiot.
He's going through this shit because he wants to help you stupid, dumbass, ignorant motherfuckers.
We don't want his help because his policies sucked ass. How about this? How about this? Yep. He wants to encourage Russia to invade NATO and start World War III. Yep. You want that? Because I sure don't. That's the reason why I'm voting for Kamala for that alone.
But regardless,
and we know that he'd want to annex Moldova and Georgia. They'll be annexing Moldova and Georgia.
Yeah, he's got to have room for his weight, you know.
Yep.
Ignorant you niggas are.
And I get the fat pass. I'm fat. I can make fun of fat people.
Motherfuckers are not going to see the light. You niggas are not going to understand. It's like,
I think we do understand, unlike you. You're too busy thinking about kids.
In order to make you motherfuckers see the light, my nigga.
We see the light. You don't. That's why you keep thinking about kids.
He's here to help you stupid motherfuckers.
We don't want his help. His help makes things worse. How about that one?
Exactly.
It's like, do you guys enjoy paying damn near $8, $9 a gallon for motherfucking milk?
I don't pay for that. And also, milk's not that expensive because Maryland-based, all the rest of you states suck compared to us.
Do you motherfuckers enjoy paying damn near $10 a motherfucking gallon for fucking gas?
I don't even drive, so it doesn't matter to me. But guess what? Gas is $3.50 down here because, once again, base Maryland, all you other states are just pussies in comparison.
Shit. Fucking the cost of living is fucking skyrocketing and shit.
It's always skyrocketing. It's not something new, pal.
You feel?
If you want it to be better, implement progressive policies.
Me couldn't be bothered to give a fuck. You know what I mean? Do you motherfuckers enjoy not being able to motherfucking defend your goddamn family? It's some crazy ass sick piece of shit.
You can do that.
I need this the other way around. I need this the other way around.
What's the kick in your motherfucking door right now?
Self-defense, pal. You can still do it. Go watch Police Activity.
And start blasting on you motherfuckers. It's like, you already know.
Okay. USD.
California, New York, in Maryland, right?
Oh, okay, now we're getting personal, pal. All right, now are you declaring war on me, pal? Because I'm gonna win, pal. There's one. You can shit on Californians and New Yorkers. They're a bunch of pussies. Us Marylanders are hardy people, and we don't take shit, pal. So bring it on.
In Maryland, nigga, you might as well sit back and make those motherfucking make those fucking states in the shape of motherfucking dildos, my nigga, because it's
you want us to our states to be shaped into dildos, huh? Gee, I wonder what you want to do with those dildos. Oh no.
I mean, isn't Florida literally like? Didn't Timer make a joke that Florida is America's Wang?
Just like Texas is
we know where this guy wants to stick dildos.
No, he wants to. No.
Like, you know, all the motherfucking residents up in them goddamn states, man, they gonna sit.
We're better off than the rest of you. Richest state in the country. Cope, sieve, and mauled.
Back, suck that fucking
like
Democrat
L ratio.
Them motherfuckers
Maryland,
want to
Chad,
take a goddamn load
rest
in
of
their
state
mouth
chuds.
every goddamn 4 years, my nigga. You feel me, nigga? They rather get thrown off the motherfucking Golden Gate Bridge before.
Wow.
If it's that or dealing with Trump, I think I would rather deal with that than Trump again. Thank you very much.
They fucking vote goddamn Republican. You feel me?
Yeah, exactly. Because you guys suck.
Sad as fuck.
Plus, once again, I have to point out you're a pedo. So everything you say is null and void as far as we're concerned.
It really the fuck is. And then you got them old ass motherfuckers, right? My nigga, the old ass, like, I'm voting for Kamala Harris. Why, my nigga? Oh, because she's black. You got all the fucking feminist ass women out there. Well, women power.
I mean, to be fair, there are people that are going to vote for her because she's black and a woman. That is definitely true. But guess what? That's only a minority. The vast majority of people are going to vote for her because either they agree with her policies or to keep Trump out, which, of course, is the main reason I'm voting for her, because I don't want the orangutan to allow World War III to happen. Thank you very much.
Exactly.
She's a woman. No, you're voting for Kamala Harris because you're a stupid-ass motherfucker.
I'm stupid? We can keep the orangutan out? Okay, I don't care what a pedo says about me.
You a blind ass bitch, and you haven't been to
I'm blind, huh?
Doctor, nigga,
do I need to bring up the clip that he says Trump hopes Putin could do whatever the hell he wants?
Yeah.
Get your motherfucking eyes checked. Wake the fuck up.
Projection.
These punk ass motherfucking Democrats is not for your bitch ass.
I beg to differ, pal. So cope.
And as a matter of fact,
mold, sieve, dilate, L ratio.
Let me tell you something, my nigga. If you lose this motherfucking election on some fixed ass rigged shit, nigga.
There we go. Back to
election denial.
Sorry, pal. Biden won legitimately, just like Trump won legitimately in 2016, pal. Deal with it. And if Kamala wins, it's gonna be legitimate. So cope, sieve, and maul.
Straight up, my nigga. If it's fair, all right, cool, nigga. Fair, straight up ass whooping. All right, my nigga, you just fucking lost. But if you lose this motherfucking election on some motherfucking rigged ass shit like last time, like back in 2020,
it wasn't rigged, pal.
Do yourself a favor, bro.
It wasn't
pack
rigged.
Up your shit.
It'll never be rigged.
Go to another country, you know, like take you and your family, pack up your shit, take all your money, and say fuck the United States.
I mean, I would actually, I think most of us would like if Trump indeed left after he loses. We would like that very much and never see him again. That would really appreciate that. That's the first actual good thing you said. We would like that.
There's nothing else more.
It's the only good thing he said this whole thing.
Before he thinks about kids again.
To help out these dumbass motherfuckers in this goddamn country. You did it all, my nigga. You tried. You tried to help these stupid motherfuckers.
No, he did not.
They don't want help.
We don't want your help.
It's like
seeing
a drug addict.
We accepted your help, we'd wind up on a list.
Goddamn corner, right? And
then he'd look for our kids.
Right? And it's like, hey, my nigga, here's the key to a brand. Nigga,
I think neither of us have any.
House, nigga. Everything's
That's a good thing.
For the next year. Nah, fuck that.
He wants
some
young Rhino.
I want some dope. I want some crystal meth. Fuck having a roof up over my head.
I
want some fucking crystal meth. I want some dope, my nigga. I want to get fucked up.
It's EDP. What do you expect?
I don't give a fuck. I just want to be high as shit. Right? So I would go fuck it, bitch. You know what I mean? Nigga, I can't sit back. Trump, you cannot help motherfuckers who don't want to be helped.
We just don't want your help.
So if they don't want to be helped,
we don't want your help because we'll wind up on the registry.
The people in it,
and then you look for kids.
Head to another country and say, "Hey, bitch, I tried."
Yeah, you all want him to go. Hey, yeah, that'll be a good idea. Go back to your beloved husbandos with Pootler and G. Go be with those fascist fucks. Go be with those fascist fucks.
Yep.
And leave America to us base freedom-loving progressives. Because we actually value freedom unlike you cunts. Because you're idiots. Oh my god. So yeah, what do you have to say about EDP's video and him being back on YouTube still?
Not surprising. Not surprising.
YouTube, can you please get rid of this pedo already? How is he even back? It doesn't make no sense. So yeah. And also, don't ever fuck with a Marylander again. That'll be the worst mistake in your life, pal. Ever seen Hunter Avalone and Dylan Burns? Hardy people. Yes. They don't take shit, unlike Californians and New Yorkers. They're pussies. We're not. Plus, we have the best flag and we're the best state, so keep coping. And we're the richest.
Yep.
So, yeah. That's it for episode 110. So, see you all next time for episode 111.
111.